Welcome, beautiful soul seeker. We are doing a spontaneous live cosmic consulting session today. This means we'll be pulling the cards and drawing in the message that we are receiving through our collective consciousness needs today. So what we're going to begin with is the Star card. Now this is a brilliant way to start a reading for the collective because it's an encouragement for everybody to come into their authenticity. This is being the star of your life. This is also radiating the light that you are. This is prompting me to share with you that you, in fact, are light. That's what you're made of. The essence of who you truly are before you became human form is, in fact, pure love and light, because you are an extension of source energy. And love and light is all that exists in the scheme of the cosmos. As humans, we experience many illusions. It's like a hologram. We create our life through how we choose to see things. Life is, in fact, a mirror to what's going on inside of us. This is actually a very misunderstood concept because when people have things happen external to them, they feel separate and they feel out of control. And that's when people feel the struggle and the pain. Ultimately, what we see in our external reality is in fact ourselves. It's a mirror image of what's going on inside of us. It's like a frequency level though. It's not like word for word situations. It is a reflection on your human experience and what perhaps might need to be cleaned up a bit. You know, when you look in the mirror, you can't expect the mirror to smile back at you before the mirror will smile itself. When we understand this and look at life like this, we become in the driver's seat of our life. Now, the Star card is a woman who is shown naked. This represents vulnerability. And she is expressing her vulnerability through a form of empowerment as opposed to victimization. She is getting raw to the root of the course and owning her truth in order for her to be able to shine her amazing light. Now that's true for all of us. If we can't be deeply honest with how we are feeling inside, we're always going to be tapping out into the world trying to get our feelings felt nicer or better in order to finally feel good about ourselves. The truth is that feeling of personal satisfaction, of personal fulfillment, of pure love for the self can only come from within. Now, this message that's coming through today is encouraging people to take responsibility to really own who they are when they react. So it's owning who we are when we have this human desire to blame, to point the finger, to compare our lives to others. This is the worst way we can handle a situation because it limits what we can receive for ourselves. That is good stuff. It limits all the good stuff from coming to us if we give our power over to other people. So ultimately, to be your true authentic self is not what people often think it is. Often people believe their authentic self is them just reacting and saying what they're feeling in the moment and expressing outwardly to other people about their hurts and pains. True vulnerability is actually beneath that because we see that there is a lot of pain in our human experience through the way that we decide to look at something, how we perceive something. And that's the human experience. But underneath that, we have this soul experience, which is pure love. So we're in this constant game with love and ego, love and ego. If we're reacting to other people because of our ego pain, we're not in connection with our love self, because that would be like a mother disconnecting themselves from their child who has hurt themselves. the love for yourself must come through the expression of how you feel. So if you're angry at someone, you don't get angry at someone and not have a love base of it. But sadly, that is exactly what most people do. They separate themselves from their truth and think that they are a result of what is happening because of the person in front of them. They're forgetting the big picture of life, which is in fact a game to use these hiccups, to use the challenges, to use the problems, to use the triggers, to use the anxiety and other low vibe emotions to discover more of ourselves, in which case you get to be the vulnerable star in your life. There is no true connection without vulnerability. All you need to think about is how you feel when you're in a beautiful, loving, romantic, divine connection with an ideal soulmate. Now, some people may not have experienced the extreme of that. However, you might have experienced close connection with someone when you had expressed some vulnerability, or they had been open and honest about their truth or their fears, and you were able to have no judgment and yet deepen the connection. Connection cannot happen without deep honesty from both parties. So that means throwing away the layers of ego and fear and hurt. Most often people react from our pain, our conditioning, our beliefs that have been man-made or human-made. Whereas this card, the star, is reminding you to build that personal power and come from within. Find your power from within by shining your light from the inside out. And that starts with vulnerability, connecting first with yourself, understanding yourself, listening to yourself, releasing all that is not love, all that takes you away from love. And that way you come into a space of ability to connect with others on that soulful level as well. When we feel alone, when we feel most wanting others, that is the sign that we most need to go into ourselves. So the next part of the story, how ironic, comes up as the Ace of Cups, which is a card of self-love, in my opinion. It's also a card of reminding you that you must fill your own cup up first so that you are able to be in better service for others. It's also a reminder of being the person who put the oxygen mask on you first so that you are in a better well-being state to be there for all those you have responsibilities for. You see, there's a lot of people with a lot of responsibilities, of children, of jobs, of busy lifestyles, yet they forget themselves in this and become martyrs to what is going on, and they lose their initial romance for their life. Often people that have ended up with the house, the cars, the babies, the husband and wife, the great job and the lifestyle and living in the right area and all these things that they always dreamed of. They've got them all now, and they're so stressed out, waiting for something to drop, waiting for it all to be taken away from them, or not appreciating what they have, or recognizing that it wasn't all it was cracked up to be, because they were so fixated on how the external could satisfy them if only they had done it from the other way around. Self-love also enables you to more easily hear your intuition. Both are a practice. It's not something you get to. When you're in self-love mode and you use your intuition with a busy lifestyle, you make the right choices the first time, and you delegate and you say no, and you really see a bigger picture for what your life story is all about. So these are some advisable action steps to change in your life so that you can live more in balance and have a more fair and reasonable lifestyle. The Justice card is all about things being fair and reasonable for everyone. So why should you miss out, or why should someone else miss out when everybody can have it all? Because there is enough to go around. There is an abundance of all that is possibly imaginable. Are you stuck in the abundance of lack, or are you fully embracing the abundance of love and all that that can bring for you so effortlessly. What people tend to believe is that they need to fix things in order to get what they want. In fact, we just need to decide to let go of everything that's not going our way, our conscious wants, and then see what happens, because that's where all the good stuff lies. That's where you'll find magic and mystery in your human life. By seeing things through the eyes of love and understanding and acceptance, your whole reality will change. If we want to change the wars and the conflict that's going on in the world, we simply need to be our best self, because our energy, the frequency we ooze, affects the world. If everybody in the entire world chose to be their best self and really come into a place of love and forgiveness for all that is not going their way, everything would change, and we will be in a 5D reality where love is the main currency, where love is just the norm and peace is in your heart. We can't necessarily go out there and fix things for other people. If we fix ourselves, not really fix, if we come into our authentic truth, i.e. connect with our souls and live from a place of love rather than blame, judgment, criticism, or comparison, and your neighbor does, and your friends do, and your family does, and all the strangers in the world do, that's how we'll save the world, one person at a time, shining their light. That's it. Powerful, right? Thanks for being here, guys. Please do give me a thumbs up and show your appreciation. I love you, and I love sharing the insights from the cosmos. So we'll catch you here next week for a little more wisdom that we can start to embrace to live our best life. Ciao for now.